So I'm Bruce Levinson, and currently I've completed a 30-plus year career as a television executive, and now I'm actually in the academia side of things, teaching at a university to undergraduates, and I'm teaching them sort of the business of television. Interestingly, my grandfather had ulcerative colitis, and then my father developed ulcerative colitis, and his doctor got a colonoscopy machine and called my dad and said, you know what, let me just take a test run with this machine since I know you have ulcerative colitis. Why don't we do a colonoscopy on you? He had never used the machine before. And my dad went in as his first patient, and they found cancer in my dad. And so my dad, when I was 15 years old, got an ostomy. So I was fully aware throughout my adulthood what an ostomy was, but shortly thereafter, then I developed ulcerative colitis, third generation. Then in 2019, when I guess I would have been 57 years old, went in for another routine colonoscopy, and they called me up and said, hey man, we found cancer. And I was like, what? I felt like $1 million. I felt great. There was no way that I could have any sort of colon cancer. But they staged me, and I was a stage 3C. There's no D, so the next thing is metastasizing and traveling. So I had to hurry, and it was a tumor that was embedded in my rectum, and they were pretty afraid of pulling it out at that point because the cancer cells can just float throughout your body. And also, my doctor in Dallas said that most of the folks that he knew in the state of Texas really weren't well skilled in this complicated cancer, and he knew of a doctor who was the colorectal surgeon of the world up at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. And so we decided to go up there and meet with this doctor. And it was crazy that the doctor said, the radiologist said, we could let you go back to Texas and you could get some radiation, but they would blow a cannon through your body and take out all your white blood cells. You stay here with me and let me radiate you, I'll shoot a sniper's bullet right at your tumor, because I know your tumor. And I'm like, you had me a sniper's bullet, I'm staying here in Cleveland. And so we got a little apartment, and so this leads me to when I got my ostomy. Everybody's gonna have a story that's their own personal story. For me, I was pretty miserable through the ulcerative colitis, and then I was even having a hard time with the J pouch, because for me, with my J pouch, it caused me to run to the restroom 6 or 7 or 8 times a day, like in a 24-hour period. And it's pretty frequent. I wasn't in pain like I was with ulcerative colitis, but it was just kind of annoying. So it was kind of fascinating to just empty the bag on my own terms, And so in some ways, I feel like this ostomy gave me a life that I hadn't had since I was in my early teens. And so for that, I'm very thankful. The only trick is just finding the right pouching system that that avoids leaks. The second surgery, they cut right down the incision of the initial cut. So I had a deeper valley now, and next thing you know, I'm experiencing leaking issues. And there were days where I'd put the pouch on and I'd be like, okay, I got it. This is gonna be the day where it's gonna work, because I kept trying different solutions. And 4 or 5 hours later, I might feel a little trickle going down my leg, and it's just demoralizing. And this is a story that ostomates have, is the feeling of how do I keep going on? How can I keep living this life? It's a miserable life. It can be a great life when the pouching system is working. But when the pouching system is not working and you're struggling, I had moments where I was like, I don't need this anymore. And the rock star stoma nurse met with me, and we realized that with the valley that was created by the incision, that with the pouch sitting here, there was a bit of a gap that would be created with the bag, unfortunately. And so that was opening up the bottom part of the bag on the left side, and there's where the trickle was coming from. So she suggested that I fill in the valley with some strips or some paste, whatever it might be, to then create a level playing field. And that really sort of set me on my path. That was a huge change in direction for me, where all of a sudden I started getting 3 or 4 or 5 days out of things, which was really exciting. But I still hadn't reached the point where I had the perfect pouching system until I got an email from Convatec. And I'm reading this email from Convatec, and it talks about this moldable technology. And I'm like, what is this moldable technology? And got a wonderful support person on the phone that, I guess the best way that I could describe it when I hung up the phone was, it sounded to me like it was like a turtleneck that you could wear around your neck. And if your neck is bigger, which is the stoma, it expands with the bigger neck. And if you have a smaller neck, it closes up around it. But either way, it seemed like it would maybe seal around the stoma. And I was like, that sounds like a winner to me, right? Because most other technologies, you just cut it to one size, and that's the size that you have. But this moldable technology seemed like it would move to some days where the stoma is a little bigger, some days where the stoma is a little smaller. I was like, this is kind of genius. So I ordered it, and son of a gun, if I wasn't immediately getting like 6 or 7 or 8, I kept like expanding days, right? I go like maybe 4 days, take it off, it'd be clean. So then I go maybe 5 days and I'd take it off and it would be just completely clean. Got to the point where I could maybe just push it to like 8 days maybe, and I'd take it off and there'd be like no leakage of any kind, just completely clean. And I was like, I have seen the holy grail of pouching systems, and it's Convatec's Moldable Technology. And I was completely like sold. Nobody was gonna talk me out of this Convatec Moldable Technology. And I ordered 3 months supply and then another 3 months supply. And it turned into multiple years of just having this amazing kind of success. And it would hold up really well in the water. If I was swimming, I was getting lots of longevity from being an active outdoorsman. You know, I swim and I'm a scuba diver. So I tested the bag in my wetsuit going 80 or 90 or 100 feet down, and it came up and it held up just fine. I would go wakeboarding, or I would go water skiing and take a big spill, right? Because you know, sometimes when you're water skiing, you take a wicked wipeout, and I immediately would go down and check and I'd be like, bag is still there. And I was like, this is amazing. Like completely like sold, like you had a customer for life. And in my mind, I was like, this is the greatest thing that I'd ever seen. I use Ostomy Secrets. I have multiple colors of them. And I start with the gray one because to me, it's really, really soft, almost like pajamas. And so I wear it every night when I'm in bed to keep the stoma from sort of moving around. It keeps it sort of locked in place while I'm sleeping, and you don't even know it's there because it's just so thin. And then I have the sort of nude color one that I'll wear under my white shirts when I want to tuck in my shirt. You know, anytime I'm tucking in a shirt or just going to a wedding or whatever, because it has a sort of a firmer fabric to it, and it keeps the bag really low profile against my body, which is fantastic. And because of the color, it really is great under a white shirt. People don't even know it's there. So that, and then I also have the black one. You know, if I'm working out, gotta have a nice black one to blend in with my black sweats. And then I also have the white one. Yeah, so look at that. And so I have them in multiple colors, and I use them quite frequently. I highly recommend the Meet Plus program. I mean, I think that most ostomates, if they're really being their own self-advocates and really looking out for themselves, they should take advantage of the knowledge that these people on the other side of the phone have, or the other side of the internet, right? If you're gonna go online and ask questions that way. But, you know, I doubt that most ostomates really feel like they know everything there is to know about the ostomy world. They know their own world, of course, but technology is always improving. And what if there was an ostomate that was, you know, at 15 or 20 years of having an ostomy and just sort of going with their own pouching system that was just working okay, but didn't even know that this moldable technology was created? And what if they called and spoke to somebody on the Meet Plus phone and learned about this technology and tried it? It could change their life for the better, like it changed mine. So I really believe that people need to be their own self-advocates and try as much new technology as possible so they can find solutions that are even better than what they currently might have. You know, I spent a lot of time talking about the pouching system, but it actually is a pouching system, right? So I think ostomates also need to be aware that they have to really understand what their stoma is, or listen to their stoma nurses to see if maybe they need convex or soft convex, right? Depending on how their stoma is. The Me Plus program is there to help people discuss the type of stoma they have, the type of body they have, if there's any folds, if there's some issues that they might have in their body, that a pouching system can be created for them to give them the solutions they need to stop these leaks. And Convatec has multiple accessories beyond just the bags that can really help people go a long way towards getting more longevity out of their pouching system. Yeah, for anybody who's just starting out having an ostomy, it's a scary proposition, and because there's just so much newness out there. And there are so many wonderful resources available from the Me Plus program to online chats and forums where you can sort of ask questions or even just sort of find the question that you're looking for and see all the wonderful, generous people in the ostomy world that sort of share their advice on how to solve these solutions. And it's a great way for new people to sort of just overcome the fear that they're having. But there's no question that leaks are going to happen. My hope would be that anybody who was new and scared and having issues can advocate for themselves and then get to the other side and then have this whole incredible lifestyle that is a heck of a lot better than pain and cramps and running to the bathroom and all the other issues that the pre-ostomy person has, compared to when you get your ostomy, a whole new world that can open up for you and you can really truly get your life back.